everyone, the Sports Guy Show is here, also officially known as Shaked Bartal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about 27 hours away from the start of the NFL Draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought I will talk about the NFL Draft. More importantly, talk about yours and mine, Carolina Panthers. What the Panthers, I think, will do with the 24th pick in the upcoming NFL Draft. Let's talk about first the Cleveland Browns, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say, off the bat, I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm an only Carolina Panthers fan. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the Browns have the number 1 and number 4 overall pick in the draft. Now, I've seen numerous mock draft which suggests that the Browns should take a quarterback with either the number 1 or, more importantly, the number 4 overall pick in the draft. In my opinion, that will be a terrible idea, and here's why. The Browns have a pretty good starting quarterback, which they traded to, in Tyrod Taylor. He's a pretty good quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. You do not, and I repeat, you do not need a quarterback. You don't need to draft a quarterback with the number 1 or the number 4 overall pick. You can get a quarterback in the 2nd round or in the 3rd round. You don't need to reach for a quarterback. If you're the Browns, and if I was John Dorsey, the Browns general manager, and obviously I'm not, but if I was, here's what I would do with my number 1 and number 4 pick. Number 1, I would take Saquon Barkley. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, is the best player in the draft, period. He is a cannot miss prospect. So take Barkley with the number 1 pick. Now, when it comes to the number 4 pick in the draft, I would take Brady Chubb. You put Brady Chubb along with Myles Garrett, whom the Browns drafted last year, number 1 overall pick. You have a can't stop defensive end, defensive tackle. You have a tremendous defense in Chubb and Myles Garrett. That will be a very tough defense to run on. Will be a very tough defense for the quarterback to find running room, to find a wide receiver open. So this is what I would do if I'm the Browns. In my opinion, I should mention that the quarterbacks in this draft, they are good, but I don't see a quarterback that stand up above everyone else. In my opinion, if you take a quarterback in the top 3, regardless whether you need a quarterback or not, you're reaching for a quarterback. Take, for example, Lamar Jackson. He's a pretty good quarterback, in my opinion. But should he go in the top 10? Absolutely not. Should he go in the 1st round? Yes. Same with Sam Darnold, the quarterback from USC. He's a pretty good quarterback also. But he has question mark. Suppose he has short throwing arm. Should he go in the top 5? No. Should he go in the top 15? Yes. Josh Rosen, in my opinion, is the best quarterback out of the bunch. Should he go in the top 5? Maybe. Should he go in the top 10? Yes. So you get the point, ladies and gentlemen. There is no number 1 quarterback that you can say is the next Matthew Stafford, the next Cam Newton, the next Andrew Luck in this draft. There is not one of this quarterback. So, if you're a team who need a quarterback, I would strongly consider trading down and taking a quarterback, let's say in the top 15, top 20 pick. It doesn't necessarily mean because you need a quarterback that you should reach for a quarterback. So, that is regarding the quarterback. Now, Let's talk about the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, I'm a Panthers fan. We'll keep pounding. The Carolina Panthers with the 24th pick in the draft. Now, here's what I think will happen, and I will explain to you why I think that will take place. Ladies and gentlemen, I fully believe that the Carolina Panthers will end up trading down in this draft. And here's why. Couple of reasons. You are sitting 24th pick. The players that you want, let's say you want DJ Moore, let's say you want Kevin Ridley, let's say you want Jair Alexander, the cornerback, or Ridley or Moore, the wide receiver, or Billy Anderson, the guard from UTEP. Let's say you want these players. Chances are they will be gone before the 24th pick. Now, with the 24th pick, you might be able to take guys, the running back from Auburn. You might be able to take Sonny Michel from Georgia, which is a pretty good running back in my opinion. One of the top best running back in the draft, behind, obviously, Saquon Barkley. No question about that. So, the Panthers could go in different avenue, but the best avenue when you sit in the 24th pick is trade down. Trade down even few spot to the first round. Let's say trade down to the 28, 29 pick and take someone like Billy Price, who I read a report early on that is supposed to be clear for training camp. Had it not been for his injury, Billy Price could have easily be a top 10, top 15 type of a player to go. You need a replacement for Ryan Khalil, who announced his retirement next season, the end of the year. You have that in Billy Price. Now, I see some people are saying, oh, the Panthers should take a safety. What about Justin Reed? What about Ronnie Harrison in the second round? And I don't have a problem with the Panthers taking a safety. But, ladies and gentlemen, you have Trey Boston, a free agent. He's from Charlotte. He went to North Carolina. He lives in Charlotte. He hasn't been signed yet. I just have a feeling and a hunch, and I could be wrong, that once the draft is over, the Panthers could sign Trey Boston relatively cheap. I'm not saying they will be able to sign him for a 1 year, $3 million type of a deal, but potentially 2 year, $10 million type of a deal where they could afford him and they will get an all-starting caliber type of a safety in Trey Boston. Or if you want, you can go with Eric Reed. I would stay away from Eric Reed, and here's why. Not necessarily is taking a knee at the national anthem, but more importantly, Eric Reed has history of suffering concussion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, concussion should not be taken lightly. It's a serious brain injury. In my opinion, when a player has suffered multiple concussions in the past, it is best to stay away from that player. So, in my opinion, the Panthers, as I mentioned, will trade down. That will be the best avenue. Take someone like Billy Price, or take someone like Josh Jackson, or take someone like Sonny Michel, which you could have. Let's say if you drop down a few spots, you end up picking extra picks. And the issue with the Panthers, they are not one player away from winning the Super Bowl, or from being a Super Bowl contender, ladies and gentlemen. They have it all at guard. They have it all at tackle. They have it all at backup center. They have it all at wide receiver, at running back. They have it all at cornerback. They have it all at safety. Whether you draft a safety or you sign Trey Boston or someone else, they have all is that. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. I think the Panthers will trade down. And if I had to put a percentage, I would put it at over 90% chance that the Panthers will trade down. Now, if for whatever reason they don't trade down, then I look for the Panthers to draft someone like DJ Moore, if he's available at the 24th pick, maybe Sonny Michel, maybe Karen Ridley, or Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander will be my pick if he is available at the 24th pick in the draft. As far as tight end, I understand that the Panthers need a tight end, rightly so, but ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't reach for a tight end with the 24th pick. If I trade down, absolutely, a tight end will be a great choice. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Your comment, welcome, always welcome. You can find me on Twitter at Sports Guy Show. You can find me on Instagram at Sports Guy Show. So I love to hear your feedback regarding whom you think the Panthers will take with the 24th pick in the draft, whether you agree with me that they will trade down or trade up. So let me know. And with that, the Sports Guy Show is signing off with saying, keep pounding, let's go Panthers, here we go.